Electric vehicles and car insurance, a deep dive. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm excited about today's video because we're talking about electric vehicles and, more specifically, how owning one might affect your car insurance rates. This is a question I get a lot, and it's no surprise given how many people are considering making the switch to electric. We're going to break down all the factors that come into play so you can have a clear understanding of what to expect when it comes to insuring your shiny new EV. Let's get started. EV car insurance, the basics. First things first, let's talk about the fundamentals of car insurance for electric vehicles. Now, you might be thinking, Doug, is insuring an EV any different from insuring a gas-powered car? And the answer is, well, yes and no. At its core, EV insurance is pretty similar to traditional car insurance. You've got your liability coverage, which protects you if you cause an accident, collision coverage, which covers damage to your car if you're in an accident, and comprehensive coverage, which protects you from things like theft, vandalism, or those surprise weather events that seem to be happening more and more these days. So far, so familiar, right? But here's where things get interesting. Because electric vehicles utilize some pretty cutting-edge technology and often come equipped with a whole suite of advanced safety features, insurance companies have had to adapt and consider these factors when calculating premiums. What makes EV insurance different? Now, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of what makes insuring an EV different from a traditional gas guzzler. As we go through these factors, keep in mind that insurance companies are all about assessing risk. They look at data, crunch the numbers, and try to predict how likely you are to file a claim. The higher the perceived risk, the higher your insurance premium is likely to be. So, what are some of the key factors that influence EV insurance rates? Well, first and foremost, we have the cost of the vehicle itself. EVs tend to have a higher purchase price compared to their gas-powered counterparts, primarily due to those expensive battery packs. And speaking of batteries, those things are not cheap to replace. Repair costs for EVs can also be higher because, let's face it, not every mechanic out there is fully trained on the intricacies of electric vehicle repair. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. EVs also come with some pretty impressive safety features that could potentially lower your insurance costs. The price tag, EV costs, and your insurance. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the cost of electric vehicles. Now I know what you're thinking, Doug, you promised a deep dive, not a punch in the gut, but trust me, it's important to understand how the higher upfront cost of an EV can impact your insurance premiums. See, insurance companies look at the value of your vehicle when determining your coverage. If your car is totaled in an accident or stolen and never recovered, they're on the hook for replacing it, so naturally a more expensive car means a potentially larger payout for the insurance company. And how do they offset that risk? You guessed it, higher premiums. Think of it like this. Insuring a Tesla Model S is going to cost more than insuring a Honda Civic, just like insuring a Ferrari is going to cost more than insuring a Ford Focus. It's all about the value of the vehicle and the potential cost of replacement. But here's the good news. As EV technology advances and production costs decrease, we can expect to see the price gap between EVs and gas-powered cars start to shrink. And as that happens, insurance premiums for EVs should become more competitive. Chapter 4, Repairing the Future EV Repair Costs. Now let's talk about those high-tech repairs. One of the biggest factors that can drive up EV insurance premiums is the cost of repairs. Remember those expensive battery packs we talked about earlier? Well, if something goes wrong with one of those, it can put a serious dent in your wallet and your insurance companies. Plus, EVs require specialized parts and expertise when it comes to repairs. Not every mechanic out there is equipped to handle the complexities of an electric drivetrain or a high-voltage battery system. This means you might have to take your EV to a dealership or a specialized repair shop, which can come with a premium price tag. Insurance companies know this, and they factor these higher repair costs into their calculations when determining your premiums. But hey, let's not forget about the potential upsides. EVs have fewer moving parts compared to traditional gas-powered cars, which means there's less that can go wrong. You won't have to worry about oil changes, transmission issues, or exhaust system repairs. Chapter 5, Safety First, How EVs Can Save You Money on Insurance. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about something a little more positive. Safety features. One of the coolest things about EVs is that they often come standard with a whole suite of advanced safety features that can actually help lower your insurance premiums. Think about it. Insurance companies love safety features because safety features mean fewer accidents. And fewer accidents mean fewer claims, which is music to an insurance company's ears. Many EVs come standard with things like automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, and a whole lot more. These features are designed to prevent accidents from happening in the first place, and they can make a big difference when it comes to your insurance rates. So, when you're shopping for EV insurance, be sure to let your insurance company know about all the safety features your car has. You might be surprised at how much money you can save just by having those features. Chapter 6. Driving Habits and Your EV Insurance. Now let's talk about something that's near and dear to my heart: driving habits. You see, insurance companies don't just look at your car when determining your rates, they also look at you, the driver. And one of the things they consider is how you use your vehicle. Now, this is where things get interesting for EV owners. Because EVs have a limited range compared to gas-powered cars, EV drivers tend to have different driving patterns. They might take shorter trips, charge their cars at home overnight, and do more city driving. Some insurance companies have picked up on this trend and now offer specialized insurance policies for EV owners that take these unique driving habits into account. So, if you're someone who only drives a few miles each day or primarily sticks to city streets, you might be eligible for lower insurance rates. It's definitely something worth looking into. Chapter 7. Now let's talk about something that's always a hot topic: government incentives. In an effort to promote the adoption of electric vehicles, many governments around the world offer financial incentives to make EVs more affordable. These incentives can come in the form of tax credits, rebates, or even discounts on charging infrastructure. And while these incentives don't directly impact your insurance rates, they can indirectly make owning and insuring an EV more affordable. For example, if you're able to purchase an EV at a lower price thanks to a government tax credit, you'll likely have lower monthly payments on your car loan. And with lower monthly payments, you might have more wiggle room in your budget to afford a slightly higher insurance premium. So, when you're factoring in the overall cost of owning an EV, be sure to take into account any government incentives that might be available to you. Alright, let's talk about shopping for EV insurance. Now, finding the right insurance policy can be a bit of a hassle, but it's important to shop around and compare quotes from different insurance providers. Not all insurance companies are created equal, and some insurers are more EV savvy than others. You want to find an insurance company that understands the nuances of insuring electric vehicles and offers competitive rates for EV owners. Some insurance companies even specialize in EV insurance and offer tailored coverage options that cater specifically to the needs of electric vehicle owners. So don't be afraid to reach out to multiple insurance providers, get quotes, and ask questions about their EV insurance offerings. You might be surprised at the different coverage options and discounts that are available. As we wrap up our deep dive into EV insurance, let's take a moment to look ahead at what the future might hold. The world of electric vehicles is constantly evolving, with new technologies and innovations emerging all the time. As EVs become more mainstream, we can expect to see insurance companies become more sophisticated in their approach to insuring them. They'll gather more data on EV performance, safety, and repair costs, which will allow them to refine their risk assessments and potentially offer even more competitive rates to EV owners. We might even see the emergence of new insurance products and services specifically designed for EVs, such as usage-based insurance policies that track your driving habits and reward you for safe and efficient driving. Alright, before we wrap things up, I want to leave you with some practical tips and tricks for saving money on your EV insurance. First and foremost, shop around. Get quotes from multiple insurance providers and compare their coverage options, rates, and discounts. Speaking of discounts, take advantage of any discounts that you might be eligible for. Many insurance companies offer discounts for things like having multiple vehicles on your policy, bundling your home and auto insurance, having a good driving record, or completing a defensive driving course. And finally, consider installing additional safety features on your EV if it didn't come standard with them. Things like dash cams, aftermarket alarm systems, or GPS tracking devices can not only deter theft but also potentially lower your insurance premiums. So, there you have it. A comprehensive look at how electric vehicles affect car insurance rates. While it's true that insuring an EV might cost a bit more upfront due to factors like higher vehicle value and repair costs, it's important to remember that EVs also come with a lot of potential savings, especially in the long run. Those advanced safety features, the potential for lower fuel costs, and the reduced need for maintenance can all add up to significant savings over the lifetime of your vehicle. And as the EV market continues to grow and mature, we can expect to see insurance rates become even more competitive. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more informative content like this. Thanks for watching.